Yeah, it works. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me.
Okay, we're camping, so there's like no reception whatsoever, but we're having a great time jumping in the lake and swimming and just enjoying being outdoors. So if I move quick, it's because there's a bumblebee buzzing around me or something.
It's really cool. It's so sunny where you are. Here it's raining all day long, so it's a bit depressing. Anyways, thank you.
Where are you right now? Where are you in the world?
I'm from Belgium.
Cool. I've never been to Belgium. I would love
Never
to
been
go
to
one day.
Belgium? I think
No.
you went to Dutch Comic Con.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I'm
Yeah,
having a hard time remembering all the days because they're feeling like the same day due to
yeah,
the virus. So
not so far from
feels like
Belgium.
life is on a loop. But yes, yeah, Dutch Comic Con was a blast and the fans were super, super kind and nice. The power is actually out inside the house right now because it just did rain, big, huge raindrops, and all the power's out in the house. So in order to talk to you, we had to start the phone by starting the truck and plugging it in the driveway. So if the phone cuts out, that's why. But we're having a good time. We're making it work.
Yeah, thank you. So how are you?
I'm good. I've been gardening a lot. I planted my very first vegetable garden ever this year, just as an excuse to stay outside because it always makes me feel better when times are a little bit tough.
Yeah. Do you find some positivity during this hard time? I don't know. Have you, for example, learned more about yourself? Did you have time to do some stuff you never did before, like gardening? Yeah.
Yeah, being Greek, I love to make spanakopita. Pita. It's if you've never tried it, I know you live in Belgium. I hope that if they have a Greek restaurant, I suggest you try it. It's my favorite food. My yaya, which means grandma in Greek, used to make it all the time when I was a kid. She's passed away now, but a long time ago, not because of COVID-19. So I grabbed her recipe and I've been making, I don't even know. I've been counting the days of the pandemic by how many spanakopita I've made. And so far, I think I've made like 25 of them or something. Adventure! We just put the cell phone in the freezer because it said temperature too hot. So now it's working.
Okay. I never had that, but okay. So 7 years ago, I think, you embarked in life-changing experience of your life, the 100, and you played one of the favorite characters amongst the fan, Octavia Blake. We've seen multiple facets, versions of her. Someone weak, protected by her brother, then a warrior, a killer. And do you think that without those different interpretation, you could have been kind of bored playing her this whole time?
I've been so lucky to play this character that's changed so many times. And it's kept me on my heels as an actress too. And it's been a lot of fun for my tomboy personality because I really enjoy playing sport. She went from the girl under the floor to Sky Rippa to Blood Reina, and now this year she's a stepmom. So it's interesting to see the softer side of Octavia in season 7.
And is there one time when you were like, what the fuck, what are they doing to my character?
I had a lot of WTF moments only in the sense of, can I pull this off? Can I learn how to gallop a horse over a weekend with no hands? Can I learn how to fight myself in terms of the episode where Blood Reina fights Octavia to reveal all her inner demons?
Yeah.
But I appreciate those moments, and because it reminded me that I can adapt to new things, which we can all relate to, because let's face it, right? This virus has shown us all that we can adapt, just find different ways to adapt. So it's very serendipitous to me.
And 7 years is a really long time playing a character. did you have some time to do something in between and just not 200, you know, to take a brief from the show?
Filming 100 episodes of the 100 is a lot of work. Because again, we had to face the elements. We were outside a lot,
Yeah.
you know, throughout all the different seasons. And by seasons, I mean winter, summer, spring, fall. And in Vancouver, British Columbia, it's a rainforest where we film. So a rainforest means it rains 24/7. And when you work long hours, you just got to get used to being soaking wet in all those beautiful costumes that weigh 5 million pounds. And survive. And it made it really easy to have that as our classroom to all learn and create such a wonderful show. Because some days it did feel like we were actually trying to survive.
Have you done all the fight scene yourself? I think you said that earlier, but I'm not sure. All the fight scene, have you done it yourself?
I'm going to say 95% of them I did myself. I just have one rule for myself. I will not ever light myself on fire. That sounds scary, but I'm always a gamer. And I was taught by a lot of stunt people that gave me the opportunity to learn. They gave me such a wonderful, wonderful classroom. And always made me laugh in between. If I dropped my sword, they never embarrassed me. I just picked it back up and I did it again and again. And over the years, I just got better at it. And it was a skill set. Ask me 10 years ago, if Marie, would you ever learn how to sword fight? I'll be like, no, but I did. I did. And it made Octavia become such a cool character and so dynamic. She was able to use her body and her soul together. She could pull off very emotional scenes, but she can also kick ass. So for me as an actress, it was a ton of fun.
So it was so much of your time, but also of yourself to play this character, because you have a long day on set, but also a long day in rehearsal for all the fight scene, and there are a lot of fight scenes.
It was very enjoyable. It was enjoyably long days. I definitely enjoyed myself, and I wouldn't change a thing.
And the show could have been the kind of show you like to watch if you were in it? I don't know if did you heard me? No?
Oh, sorry, you froze.
Oh, sorry. So I was asking, is G100 could have been the kind of show you like to watch if you weren't in it?
I'm kind of funny in the sense that I don't typically like to watch my own work. I like to go to sets, focus on being a great actress, and then I put it over there because I don't ever want to give myself a complex and judge myself on TV. I just like to go there, try my best, and go home. And I hope everybody else enjoys it. I know some actors watch their work because they learn from it, but I've tried it a long time ago, and I found that I was giving myself a bit of a complex.
Yeah, yes, it has.
So now I changed my mind. I don't want to judge myself because myself is listening. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. I think it has to be a bit rare to see yourself on screen. If I were you, I would.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So I was talking about a different version of Octavia. So what version did you prefer to play, and which one do you identify with the most?
Playing Octavia for 100 episodes is like, to answer your question, I can't pick my favorite child almost, because I find every season she becomes something else. Yeah. And I learned something from each and every one of those characters I played, because she changed so much. It's like she had like multiple personalities, but each one was beautiful in its own way. I love that the fans hated her at some point and rooted for her at some point, loved her, you know, maybe Octavia made them cry, but that's great because that means I did my job.
Yeah.
I'm touching people's hearts, and that's why I became an actress in the first place.
And is it funnier? She's not really evil, but sometimes, yeah, she's not so good. Is it funnier for you to play an evil character because it's something that in real life we can do, or you don't care about that?
I think it's important to think about redemption because we all make mistakes in real life. And so did Octavia, because she was just simply trying to figure it out. She didn't know how to become a leader. She made a bunch of mistakes along the way, and then she figured out how to do it. And that's such a beautiful thing when things come full circle, I think, because there's good in everybody and everything. Just sometimes it takes a while to make a plan.
Yeah. So I'm gonna step on the land of spoilers, but I have to ask, what's your opinion on the final? Are you happy with it or not so much? Similar to Game of Thrones fans who, for the most part, weren't so happy with the end of the show, and they created a petition to for the creators to do the whole new season 8 was really crazy.
I didn't know that they made a petition. I haven't watched the Game of Thrones because I was too busy making the 100 for so long. But because I want to watch it, and I know it takes a while to get through all the seasons. I love to just binge so I can stay focused when I watch TV. But all I can say about the 100 finale is there won't be a Starbucks cup left somewhere, and it is mind-blowing what happens, and I'm really excited for everybody to see it.
And personally, how are you feeling about this chapter of your life being closed? Not
I
totally.
don't know. I don't know because when we filmed the 100th episode of the 100, it was the day before the worldwide lockdown, and
Oh,
so we were filming a fake apocalypse TV show.
yeah.
Didn't get a wrap party because we wanted everyone to stay safe, and then I flew to rural Canada. So I didn't really even have a chance to say goodbye to everybody or thank you to everybody. And it felt very ironic because I'm like, am I being punked? I went from a fake apocalypse to a real one. Mind blown. What?
It was a rush than the final. Yeah. So
Yes.
you didn't have so much time to process that.
No, we didn't really get closure, but everybody stayed safe, and that's the most important part.
Sure. But I think you did a great job with this series, and I think it will be something that will last. You know, it will never be over thanks to you, the fandom, Comic Cons, new generations who are going to watch the show. And I mean, you're getting new fans every day. I'm one of those fans. I mean, a new a new fan.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So about the fandom, my website is called Comic Cons Adventures, and you are going to a lot of cons, and from what I've heard, and that's true from what I've heard, you're lovely to absolutely everyone. And I wonder, why is it important for you to travel the world, sometimes really far from your home, to just meet the fans?
Because without the fans, the show wouldn't exist. And I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be on a TV show. I mean, I was just a kid and dreamt about being an actress, and it worked. So I always think it's important to thank the fans. And when I have time, I get on a plane and go say hi. But I have a really busy life. So sometimes I don't have the opportunity to go as much as I would like to. But I always think thank you is important. I have 4 mottos: please, thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry. So it's important for me to say thank you to the fans when I have time.
Yeah, I think it's so great, you know, to stay humble and not, how would you say that?
It's called not letting it get to your head and keeping your feet on the ground.
Yeah, thank you. Just not think about yourself as a big star because, I mean, tomorrow it could be over. and it's really important to stay humble. And I hope,
Nowadays, nobody knows what tomorrow looks like. So yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, I hope to see you in person in Europe one day, maybe in Belgium, once this whole pandemic.
Maybe next year if this virus calms down, who knows?
Yeah. Those fun have some questions for you. If you have 5 minutes left.
Sure. Let me check if my phone's gonna die. Nope. I think we're good.
I don't
Okay.
think how much you are loved by this fandom. I didn't know either, but I received an amount of questions for you. So I decided, usually I don't take fans' question and I just did it myself. But for you, I decided to pick up some fans' questions because there was a lot. So Marion, it's a French name, is asking what's the
I
rarest?
know who Marion is. I went horseback riding with Marion in Paris.
Yeah. Oh, she
Yes.
will. So she's asking what is the weirdest thing you have ever had to do as an actress?
Say that one more time. She's asking what?
What's the weirdest thing you have ever had to do as an actress?
In season 7, I worked with an infant baby, baby Hope. When Octavia rushes through the anomaly, swims out of the anomaly, and finds Dioza completely alone trying to deliver a child. And the baby that we used, the actress baby, was a real baby, and she was 13 days old. And she was covered in slippery stuff and jam to make it look, the polite word is realistic. And I was so nervous with this tiny, tiny baby because I've never worked with a tiny infant before on set. And I had to make it look like she was coming into the universe the way babies do. We don't need to get into detail about it. It reminded me I never want to have a baby myself. And hang on to the umbilical cord with one hand and not drop the baby in the other and just make it come out. And then, of course, stick my finger in its mouth and guess what? It works. Now I know why babies use pacifiers. And it was such a beautiful moment because I was so pleased that the baby was just quiet and I didn't drop it. And I put my finger in its mouth and immediately she became calm. And I felt like a real mom for a minute. I was like, wow, this is incredible. That was the weirdest moment I've ever had on set. I can ride horseback backwards all day long, but children freak me out.
Maria, and there was a lot of fans who are asking that question. Are you going to do a casting for the upcoming Disney live action of Hercule? They want to see you as Megara.
I would love to play her, but Disney has not called me yet. No.
Too bad. But maybe
I
they
think
will.
COVID-19 made auditions stop. But hopefully the universe opens up again soon once everybody's healthy.
You're not doing audition, I mean, online, like filming yourself and sending it?
I've been sending a couple, yeah, but it's definitely a lot slower in terms of the world of auditioning opening up. But it's happening, which is very good, which means the virus is hopefully,
Yeah, and for you, is it less stressful to send a video or to go on the place and do the casting?
I love to audition in person because I'm a directable actress. And then when there's feedback, then I can switch my performance if they want me to do it differently. And when you send an audition tape in, you can only send it the way I think about it, one way. So it's just like, being adaptable to the times. And I'm just happy that the world's opening up and we got to keep making television shows because people are going to run out of things to watch on Netflix.
Yeah, sure. I'm watching, I don't know if you know that show, but for now I'm obsessed with Grace and Frankie with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
No, but I thank you for reminding me of something different to watch. Perfect.
It's a comedy show and it's about 30 minutes one episode, so it's really easy to binge watch because I'm like you,
Oh, cool.
binge watch the show.
Cool.
So,
All right. I'll
oh,
put it on my to watch list.
yeah. Antonia asked, how did you handle the fame at the beginning and were you scared?
Yeah, I'm typically pretty hard on myself type person because I'm a perfectionist. And so yeah, it's scary. It's scary to you know, try things that maybe you're not that good at, but it has been a really good reminder that if you practice hard enough, you can be good at pretty much anything, or at least a step above mediocre.
And is there one time when you were scared for your life? You know, sometimes there are like crazy person out there.
It's happened a couple times. That's why I think privacy is important if you're a public figure, because yeah, I live with little people and I want to make sure they're okay too.
Yeah, sure. Many fans ask if you could bring back two characters, who would it be?
If I could bring back two characters, Lincoln, because that was Octavia's first love, and Helios, because Octavia likes to horseback ride and she didn't have access to a car, and horses don't run out of gas.
Lincoln was the one who has been killed by a bullet in her brain. Yeah, I, I don't see that. I'm not that far in the show yet, but I did my research for this interview, so I have seen that scene.
That's okay. Octavia meets Lincoln pretty early.
Okay, fine.
You'll see.
One last question from Adrien. Just
Okay.
Just imagine if you were in a post-apocalyptic world, would you have done the same choices? I think it's a pretty cool one.
Oof, that's a hard question.
Yeah, it is.
There's so much like no, of course not. But I've never, yeah, I don't believe in violence. So no, I would have made different choices. Maybe I would have, delivered flowers instead of sword fights.
Yeah, I think
to negotiate.
it's a hard question because, I mean, we can't know what we'll be able to do to survive. So, yeah.
Kind of like right now. Yep.
So that's it. I would like to really thank you for your time.
No problem.
And I will send to your publicist once it's on YouTube the link for the video, so that way you can check if you're cool with it. And I wish you a good vacation, and I hope.
Thank you. If I look like I'm sweating my butt off, it's because it's 45 degrees Celsius right here. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just wiping sweat off my face.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
You still look
Thank
good.
you for your time.
Thank you.
Stay safe.